Welcome to the OTI TV review and preview. First, a look back at the week that was, and interesting, we've got Brambles up behind us, Terry, because Praecereus, his full brother, greeted the judge this week.
Yes, Simon, he went super. Horse on the way up, and in fact, Weary's got him entered for a 2,000 metre race on Flemington on Saturday. So he's on his way, and been a bit slower to develop than Brambles, but I think he's going to make a pretty good stayer.
From Bendigo all the way over to the UK, and Fastnet Tempest, he had a few fighting qualities in the last 200.
When they started twos on, you expect him to fight on. He was a little unlucky. He and the very good filly that he finished the race with, who just beat him 8 lengths in front of the others. So his maiden win's not far away, and he's certainly a horse that we're going to see out here.
A busy couple of weeks ahead. Let's stay internal first here in Australia. We've got Corrs running tomorrow.
Lovely filly. Matt Cumani's got her going to Geelong tomorrow. She's by Master Craftsman. She'll need the run, but she's a horse that you should keep an eye on for Oaks down the track, because she's out of a Group 1 mare, and everything about her says 2,000 metres.
Plenty of people enjoy themselves at the Swan Hill Carnival. Let's hopefully it's enjoyable for OTI. Sir Walter Scott's heading north.
He's heading north, but he's not heading to the Cup. We're taking Au Revoir up to the Cup. Walter Scott, he's a work in progress, and really he's been a frustrating horse for us so far. So we hope the combination of the winter weather, getting him out to 1.5 miles plus, we'll see him produce, but he really needs to this prep.
Kelly Bott, since he's gone to Brisbane, his form's just continued to improve, enough to be going to a Brisbane Cup.
Tough race, but he deserves a shot at it. It looks like being a relatively smaller field on the back of the unfortunate weather they've had up at Eagle Farm, but he deserves his run in the race, so it's not going to be surprising. He'll certainly stay at that.
Okay, from Northern Australia across to Europe, and busy couple of runners, or 3 runners, we've got coming up in France on Monday.
Monday, busy day at Compiègne, just north of Paris, where again it's been extremely wet. We've got Le Juge having his first run for us over 1.5 miles in a 2,000 metres in a listed race, and then we'll have Fastnet Tempest and perhaps Fastnet Cyclone, both in a very progressive 2,000 metre race. Both of those horses are destined to go onto the Prix in July, which is the old French Derby. France have 2 French Derbies in effect. One was last weekend, which was a great race over 2,000 metres. They've reduced their Prix de Jockey Club, which is known as a French Derby, to 2,000 metres. But then the 1.5 mile race, which a lot of people, purists, still tend to think of the Derby, that's the Prix, and we're looking at having 2 Fastnets in that at this stage.
A couple of Frenchmen that are going to come and say good day to us in Australia shortly, Duke of Ellington and Galo Shop. Can you talk us through both of those? Duke of Ellington just out of quarantine?
Yeah, he came out of quarantine on Saturday morning. Reports are good. He'll be prepared by Kieran Maher, and he's been sent down to Matty Williams' property in Warrnambool to pre-train. So we'd expect to see something of him in a couple of months' time. And Galo Shop, he's just started his trip to Australia. He's entered quarantine, which these days is interesting. It used to be all through Newmarket, but he's gone off to Germany for quarantine. And when he arrives in Australia, he won't go to Eastern Creek. He now goes out to Donnybrook, which is a great new facility that IRT have for quarantining horses. So we're really looking forward to him starting his recuperation processes, and we won't see him the rest of the year, but early next year.
As you've mentioned earlier, the European season well underway, particularly the French Carnival, and probably the highlight for many people is the Ascot Carnival, which you're heading over to shortly.
Next week, and lucky to be doing it. It's certainly not a hardship to arrive in the UK next weekend and head off to Ascot. Of course, the racing there last weekend was great with the English Derby won by See the Stars, and our old friend Dermot Weld, God bless the gentleman, he was able to take out the Derby for the Aga Khan, which was great news. But Ascot, very different kettle of fish. A lot more fun and frivolity, great racing every day for the 5 days of the carnival. So we're really looking forward to that, son.
And you're an extended trip. You're away for about 5 weeks, so we're going to have to get a real personality in your seat at some stage.
You will. We'll send through a couple of reports from overseas. I think we'll do one from Ascot next week, and we'll do one from Chantilly the following week. So that's something to look forward to. And then you'll have a new man in this chair when I am still there, and you need to do the news.
Okay. Well, we look forward to doing that. But plenty of fun at Ascot. Hopefully, plenty of success over the next few weeks in Europe, and then Shane will be joining me for our next OTI review and preview. See you then.